right. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello, chat.
Let's get a mic check for Lat quick.
Yeah, mic check 1, 2. Chat. Hello.
Okay, mic is checked.
Mic is checked.
All right, cool. All right, so since we're on a little bit of a limited schedule today, because we have busy people, things to do,
Mm-hmm.
let's hop straight in.
Hop
So,
in.
oil, um, we're kind of outlining this like falling wedge here. That was a terrible line. Last week we were outlining this falling wedge, and we were saying once it breaks out, it'll probably come up into this channel here, and it looks like we had closed last week testing the top limit of this channel. So I think like so clearly that the trigger was the falling wedge breakout. So here's the breakout, and here was your retest on the hourly 50 to get in if you're trading oil. And then you write it up the trend line. So overall, it was like a pretty fucking clean setup. Um, so I see kind of two setups for this happening. I think you, well, I think you kind of come back down. And I think you drive one time higher for maybe a bearish div and a little bit of a deviation, but you don't run this stop here. And then I think you could probably run it back pretty hard because this is some inefficient move to the upside, in my opinion. So that's kind of like setup one I'd be looking for. And setup two would be let's get the pullback. Let's retest here. And I think you get the breakout. And then you're probably just going to run it up to like 108. So this would be like the more bullish case scenario.
Yeah.
And if you hop out on like a higher time frame, to be honest, I think that might be actually a bit likely.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're still like, this was like a one single trade here, this like falling wedge breakup, but now we're in the actual like more macro, downtrend. So yeah, I can reject here and it can, head back to the lower bound, but I think it's quite unlikely. And I think you might get some ranging and chopping around 90 before you get the actual move to the upside where you start taking out a lot of these easy stops over here to the left. So that's
Yeah.
something I'd be looking for.
I've got a channel for oil as well, and my lines are showing me that we're basically outside of the channel. So like on a bullish uptrend, basically since around sort of like the high 88s. So
Yeah. So, quick pullback, I think retest 90s, like maybe grab a little bit of liquidity below back into this, what is likely a deviation of this
yeah. The
upper range.
previous monthly high, which is at right around 90, that's kind of what I'm seeing as at least sort of low
Maybe
time
right
frame
here.
support. And then,
Right.
yeah. And I think that if we can get sort of a retest of that and a bounce, that kind of will determine if I think this trend will continue upwards or not.
Yep. All right, cool. Natural
Natty
gas.
gad.
We
All
kind of,
natural.
yeah, all
Organic.
natty. Yeah. So it
All
looks
natty.
like
100% natty.
we got front ran on the rejection, but this looks pretty bad. I mean, this looks a lot like Bitcoin. Like, doesn't it kind of remind you of that?
Yeah.
Oh wait, fuck.
Definitely like the sort of, yeah. Yeah, actually it does.
And
It's
then I
weird.
bet if you hop out, it's probably like bear div. Actually, the bear divs happened back here, but there is some here too.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, you have that and you have this. So yeah, that's essentially what happened. Was this big bearish divergence happened. So yeah, I mean, if it follows Bitcoin fractal, it's just going to be like that.
Yeah, well, that
So
would be good for the Europeans in the chat that are currently freezing to death.
yeah, so you look at that. Their bills are about to fucking skyrocket. So I think you look for that. That's kind of the bearish case. More bullish case, you just want to look for a reclaim of this upper distribution. I think if you start ranging
Hmm.
above here, you'd probably get long. Go for the
Would you
highs.
draw a trend line sort of from what is that? November of last year to sort of like the lows
You could
of this
draw it
year?
here, yeah. Oh, that
Would
actually
you would
does
you
run it
would you
back.
trade that?
I mean, it's probably. I would wait for these to be ran. So like, I think you probably. It probably does something like this.
Little divergence, yeah.
Yeah, to kind of fake the breakout and end up being a deviation, but it should leave this clear. Like if you're a higher time frame trader, this is just like this goes for like any setups like this.
Yeah.
I mean, technically speaking, this is still like bullish market structure, right? Technically speaking, um, but what you could do, and like I said, this remove the ticker. This is like very common. You just aim for the highs, and then your stop loss at the lows, and it's like a over 2 hour trade. It's pretty
Yep.
decent.
Very, very simple setup, but also very good.
Yep. That's kind of what I look at here.
Yep. Good stuff.
Um,
Let's do that commodities index. That's kind of how
yeah.
I have like a gauge for sort of just general,
Look at that. We're fucking back within the range. It was a deviation.
honestly.
It really was.
It's like ridiculous. So ridiculous. Just free money
It's
that I did not trade. I didn't take the trade. Did you take this trade? I did not.
yeah, dude. I called up my Goldman desk. I said,
Yeah.
put in 100,000 orders for me.
Nice.
I wonder if they filled. I got a call tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah. Leave a voicemail or maybe just fax him.
Yeah, so this is like I just love this because this isn't just all I do is just range trade. And it's like such a good feeling whenever like the easy like shit just is so easy range trading. Like it's such an obvious play. Confirmed deviation is to re-enter range. So yeah, I mean like
Yeah.
ideally you would just come back up. I mean you might have some trouble at like 682, but you could
Yeah.
aim for like 682 and then aim for a run of the highs. I think those are two TPs. It'd be like around mid range of this range that we're seeing here.
I'd like to see 706 get run and then probably stop before like 730. It's
Yeah,
kind of what I'm seeing here.
yeah, this right here. Yeah, so nice clean setup.
Very clean.
Clean setup, buddy.
Very clean.
Um, again, 10 years,
Oh boy.
still up only. Absolutely fucking chatting, just holding this ridiculous trend line. Fuck. Um, I mean, I guess it just keeps going up until it doesn't. I'm not calling it top there.
Well, I do have some good news on bonds. Is that the obviously like we watch the VIX for volatility of the S&P, but some of the bond volatility indexes are like way down, which is good.
I mean, speaking of VIX, I think we're coming back down under 30 real soon. So the whole idea was like, I think we kind of faked this breakout here. And, usually above 30 we don't like whenever we're bullish. So I think
Well, yeah, yeah.
below 30 here. And once you get back below 30, I think that's smooth sailing and we're going to see some coincide with some major upside on Bitcoin. So I expect next week, or I guess the upcoming week, for VIX to kind of come back down under 30 and spend a little more time in the mid to low 20s.
Yeah, and obviously, like keep the VIX open when the market actually opens, and you'll probably get a feeling of what direction it's actually going to go.
Yeah, kind of like see the reaction.
Yep.
All right, gold. So we had
Ooh,
laid out
on to zero.
laid out two different scenarios. We said either this trend line like fake breaks out and dumps, or it breaks out and it starts holding above 1728. So we had a rejection at 1728, it looks like. Yeah. We're coming back under the trend line, so I would want to see a bounce around here. Right around 1680, I would want to see a bounce at the
Mm,
lowest it goes.
yep.
And I would want to see a quick reclaim, and then just your standard range play, head up to about 2000.
Yeah. So we basically did not test the previous monthly high of like 1735. We got super close. So I don't know if you would count that as a retest or not, but I
I mean,
definitely
but
agree.
overall, like this actually does look kind of fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. Now, like with this, we had
Oh,
a
yeah.
pretty significant bounce, um, and it's gonna same shit. Like it's very likely this is just gonna be a deviation. We can come back down and retest the top block of the deviation to kind of confirm it.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. This could be like a 10-year entry right here, potentially on
or
gold.
alternatively, I think what could happen is we could spend a little bit more time down in here and get like the triple tap set up.
Yep.
So maybe look for that. But overall, I think you could probably punt a long here and put your invalidation. I mean, what would the R be?
Yeah. I mean, you
Let's see
can, you
here.
would assume you would want at least to test the high, the actual high.
That's a pretty good R. I mean, 2.6 R on this trade, and I think it's like you could probably even start cutting before 1586. This is lower here, because this should confirm as a deviation. I just
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
this
That
is a
should
hard stop,
100%.
and you could keep
Yep.
your soft stops around this previous low. So I think overall, gold looks pretty good.
Definitely.
Bullish on gold.
And some of the gold ETFs are a little bit less volatile than just like I think yeah, you have gold futures, so um or actually maybe they're more volatile.
The
I'd have to check. I
ETFs.
don't really watch too many of them, but there are some gold ETFs out there that I know like the gold bugs are huge fans of. Anyways,
Fucking weirdos.
Dixie,
Yeah,
fucking
Dixie. So, um, it's still like this. Is it a daily? I didn't even look. Yes, it's like a daily SFP. It ran this and ran that. I mean, I guess it didn't close red on the daily, but I would love for this to start rolling over. So it's actually gone a little bit higher than what I assumed. I didn't think it was gonna make it to the second band that upper band that I have here. I thought it was gonna start rejecting around here, but it seems like I wanted to run these. I really like starts heading into like the 113s. That's going to be really bad for risk on assets. I think this kind of needs to top out around here, like maybe
yep.
distribute a bit more. But overall, I want to see it come down, pretty hard. And as I've been laying out, like memes aside, like I'm really looking for my head and shoulders here.
Head and shoulders, baby.
Um,
No longer a meme.
yeah, something similar. And then this would be your like major deviation, and then um, you know, unfortunately, like 110 did hold, but I was saying like this shit's like a steel wall. Like you're not gonna cut through this first tap like after this mate, and this is like a multi-decade breakout or some shit, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, especially compared to some other currencies. Yep.
yeah, with the other currencies losing significant value to the Dixie, like you can't expect it to just like slice right through 110 and retrace to 103. So um, yeah, I would want to see some type of distribution happen and kind of come back down. And I want to see this trend line break here, kind of like some really low volatility chop. And then I want to see like a leg just to kind of take out these and come back down into this order block here. So like before we run 115, I would like to see like 105. I mean, I'm coping because I'm really bullish too. Take that for what it's worth, but I would like to see 105 before 115.
Yeah, on the monthly is what really scares me on Dixie.
That hammer though.
Yep.
Although like there is some times where these like hammers don't clear the tops and then like the the direction of the wick of the hammer is like where price goes.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Like that is a kind of a top hammer.
Yeah, so as long as like this is left like I said, if 115 doesn't get cleared this month, I'm pretty confident we're going to see 105 before 115. So
Yep.
cope.
Big cope.
So I think ES next.
Oil, gold, gas, dollar. Um, yeah.
Fucking monthly, dude. It's so bad. But
This
we're
is
so, we're
clearly the peak of bottom.
we're only a weekend to be fair.
Yeah.
So on the weekly, I don't
The
hate
weekly
it.
looks good. Yeah,
I
the
don't
weekly I
hate it.
like. I like the weekly right now.
Yeah, so if we can like hold this bottom here and not come back down to fucking 35.60, I think we're good for some major squeezing to like 38, 39. Like I would kind of want to come. I mean, this is just from looking at a weekly base. We're gonna hop in, more granular, but I kind of want to see a retest of here. So it'd be like the February lows, or the 2021 February lows. This is where I'd like
Yeah.
to see some price drive into. If we're gonna resume down or like just range more in here and um, kind of compress some, I would want it to kind of drive up into this order block and maybe come back down, and then we can look to drive out of these lows. And then
Yeah.
like on a
Yeah.
weekly, again, what that would leave you is like these higher time frame, like over under triple taps or like really, really nice macro bottom formations. So it's just something to keep in mind. This would put us in like 2023, 2024, of course.
How much time is left in the 3 day?
Um, one
Is
more
it at
day.
night? Yeah, like a little less than 20 hours. So
Yeah.
in my mind, we have this like tweezer top on the date, like 3 day. Um, if this closes with like, you know, bearish engulfing, um, I think we at least take out 3-4.
Yeah, I think we could wick into 34s, but like I don't know if we like go that low. Like I think there needs to be some like large macro changes to like really get under like 35.
I mean,
It,
like, I hope it doesn't close with like a
like
full
I like at
engulfing.
most I think we like wick into this, but this is like it's just like I don't know. It's one of those levels where I think, you're gonna have to see some like terrible shit happen because shit really can't get much like from a news-based perspective. Like shit really can't get much worse.
No,
I
no,
mean,
I
I
agree.
guess like we could be like full on,
Nuclear war.
yeah, nuclear war or something, but like the chances of that happen are slim to none.
Well, I can see about that.
Making a quick call.
Yeah, let me make some calls real quick. I've got a bunch of puts.
The news can't get
Actually,
worse. I mean, sure it can, but like from a realistic perspective, it's like some like for it to make the chart worse, it needs to be a lot worse. Like you know what I mean? Like there's severity to the news and like you're going to need some very catastrophic things to happen to like actually increase how bad things are because like bad news is continuously coming out all the time and like the chart's not really doing anything different. Like a floor is kind of being found in my opinion and like you can say, oh, well, it can decrease another like 5%. It's like 5% on the whole scheme of things is fucking nothing. That's
yeah,
so the point that I'm getting at is like really cause like 10-20% downturn. You're going to need like some significant bad news. Otherwise, it's just going to be it's like a no action market. Like people don't want to sell, but like they're not interested in pushing price yet. So you could just have sideways action for a long time, just liquidity games, trading, PvP type stuff.
PvP. It's a PvP market. Only the
Yeah,
strong
so
survive.
like hopping in like a lower time frame, kind of what am I looking for? Um, I drew this. I think this hourly order block should hold. Basically called this low, and I think you could probably like chop around here for a bit, but anyways, I think you come back up in like 37.4, 37.5, and kind of at least retest the underside of this distribution. That's kind of what I'm seeing on ES. I'm not too unbelievably bearish on ES yet. If we end up getting below, like, if we get into like the 36s again, I'm gonna be really scared because, like, I
Even
think,
below?
yeah, like if you start like back into this order block and you're showing a weakness, like I think even ranging down here, Bitcoin will probably sell off. Like this doesn't even need to go down; it just needs a range like really low. And if it's like ranging in the lows, Bitcoin's not going to feel safe. So people are going to
No.
sell off. So like I'm just thinking of in terms of like how does Bitcoin keep going up? And it's like we probably need to hold like 36. What is this? 36.30 in my opinion.
Have you been watching sort of like around New York Open? Like, are bonds leading? Is the dollar leading? Is ES leading? Who's sort of like marking the start of the move?
Everything's like it's just Dixie and like ES at this point. Like I think
Yeah.
if you watch those two assets, um, it's gonna almost tell you exactly where Bitcoin's going, and it's pretty annoying. I think there was like I saw like a thread about an argument that it literally makes more sense to trade ES right now than it does Bitcoin. Like if you have the capabilities,
Yep.
which like what type of fucking market are we in now? Like this is ridiculous, dude. Like actually.
Yep. Yeah, it's like if ES is more volatile, it trades cleaner, levels are cleaner. Like what is the point of trading Bitcoin unless you really, really need access to, I don't know, 30x leverage or more? And I'm guessing that the vast majority of people shouldn't even trade that kind of leverage anyways, myself
What?
included.
What? No, 100x.
100x or nothing.
You said possible bear flag here. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think it just might range. Like, yeah, we might come back down and retest the lows, but like, I don't know. It's like flattening out a bit. I kind of just want to see like some chopping around here and then move up. Also, we have this gap to fill here, so
Yep.
like, um, I'd maybe wait for like that gap to fill before more down. If we're gonna go down some, but I think if this starts getting filled, it's gonna be like a pretty clean tear to like cut these out. You might come up to like 36.80. That's kind of a couple things I'm looking for.
Yep. I mean, it would make sense as like a low. That's kind of my thesis here on ES.
Yeah, and it would
Actually,
my argument is like, dude, this is like really fucking similar. Like, okay, let's have our like, we're gonna probably get something like this, come back up, boom, and that's kind of like what I was drawing out. Like this frat, there's like really big similarities here, um, between this price and then this price. So,
hmm.
or there's something to keep your eye out on. At the end of the day, we're still range bound.
Yep.
Like,
And for the fair value gap believers out there, there's quite a few above us.
dude, those don't work, man.
They don't work.
Yeah, they don't work, dude. No one cares about those. Yeah, so that's kind of what I see on ES. But any questions or comments before we move on from ES?
Do you have a position on ES right now?
Dude, I'm still fucking long. I mean, whenever I rebought, where did I need to check my phone, but I'm pretty sure I rebought at like 36.80 or something. And I've
Okay.
just literally been sitting in it. I'm just staying long.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's like no, it's not levered, right? It's
No,
not
it's a
calls. It's
1x.
it's, it's just like
It's like 100 grand 1x.
SPY, right?
Well,
Like,
it's actually more now because ran it up 10%, boys. Yeah,
oh,
on that whenever I longed back here
I mean,
and we
that
had this
sounds
move.
nice actually to just like swing trade the S&P. without leverage. I mean, like you couldn't make really great money unless you had enormous size, but it just sounds so.
I mean, it's like 100 grand. Like, I
Oh, is it
mean,
100 grand?
yeah, I put 100 grand in there. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
I
That's
I
good.
started at 100K flat, and I'm gonna see where I can be at whenever I'm 60.
Dead broke, homeless,
Not, yeah,
pouring
dead. No,
yourself
not
out
even dead
under a
broke.
street.
Just dead. Like,
Just dead. If I'm broke, I am dead. Same thing.
yeah. So I'm just gonna like play with that 100K, and it's like it's a really easy like basis amount on like what I know I started with. So we'll see where it goes. It's all gonna be just like I'm buying lows. This is literally
Yep.
it.
Buy low,
Sell
sell
high.
low. Oh wait, yeah, sell high. Right. That's the one.
Yeah, fuck. Not sell lower.
I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, no. Taking notes. And NQ. These lows held, which I guess is you could argue it's good, but I would have really liked to see NQ like take out the lows while ES
Deviate. Yep.
held.
Yep.
That would
Yeah,
have
that'd be
been
cool.
really nice. But I guess we'll take what it's ES, runs the show anyways. But um we're kind of the same story that we're looking for ES. You want to break out of this downtrend once again, and you can draw like a rough trend line off the top here. And let me clean it up. You'd want your deviations to be below here once we get back into here. And then you take it up to 11,800. And then,
11,800.
11,800 might reject. Alternatively, it reclaims. And then these are really
Mm-hmm.
easy stops. So it's kind of the NQ setup I'm looking for.
Yeah, looks good. I like it.
Beat Bitcoin.
Is
All
a
right.
bit of corn.
I have a lot to say about Bitcoin.
Are they good things or?
Oh, I'm really bullish. I'm very long.
Hell yeah,
So
brother.
very, very like blatant channel that we're in. Okay, that's like the first thing. This is like in my opinion, it's like a pretty fucking controlled channel. Like compare this price action right here, to any other like within this range, and it's a lot more controlled and less like sporadic and dumpy. Like even the large moves, like off of that, the number that came in hot, whatever, like the farm number shit. I don't even know what the news was.
Non-farm payroll, I
Whatever
think.
the fuck that is. Like what it was like we were short. It was like due for a down move, and everyone's like, it was because the farm people, and it's like, no, this shit needed to go down. That's
Yes.
that's why it went down. It's not because fucking farm news. No one gives a shit about. Um. Anyways, like even this sell off, like it was caught by the bottom of this channel,
Yep.
and I just although we're like still like kind of grindy here, I'm really bullish to break out of this channel. So there's a couple of things I want to show. So one, I can get rid of that one. There's like a falling wedge, and then also like a like kind of this downward facing pennant, and we've broken out. And like I literally sketched um almost this exact thing to a T whenever we were like back here. So it's playing out unbelievably close, and it's kind of like my theory is that we were gonna grind down and like really test the breakout, trap some
Mm-hmm.
people, and I even like my trend line that I like fake drew was somewhere over here, but it's same idea is that once we kind of tap that trend line, we're gonna send it. So we've kind of tapped the trend line, and I'm looking for this to like have some upward momentum and kind of carry us through until at least like I would want to see like a retest of 20,000 at a minimum. I mean, I think 21.5 is going to come pretty soon, but like if you're looking for a scalp, I don't think it's a bad idea to long here and aim for like 20,000 and then go 20,000, take out the highs 20,500. Why I like this setup so much is this. So if we hop out on the daily, you had an order block form here.
Yep.
And basically, we sold off the highs because of Mr. Farm, apparently. not because the chart.
Mr. Farm.
Yeah. This came down into this order block, grabbed liquidity from the order block,
Mm-hmm.
and then that same liquidity grab, we closed above
Yep.
that daily high. That's one that's really like, that looks really clean to me. I really like that. Then we've just kind of like been forming a bit of like a rounded low here. And if you hop on like the H4, we've been closing, aside from these two candles here, we've been closing above that previous, that high on that daily order block. So
Yeah.
we've been closing above that, except these two like deviation type candles. And even lower time frame now. My theory is this is like a triple tap setup. So you have one, you have your largest one, and now you have like your third until we get the full drive out. And that's like
Inverted head and shoulders.
actually, I guess. But this is area right here is simply like an accumulation, like trapping shorts zone.
Yep.
So I'm fine with it. Like, let it chop around here. I don't give a fuck. This really should stay intact. Although, like, really your stop should be set here because this is the low of that order block. And from like a daily perspective, this low needs to hold for market structure to hold. So
Yep.
like market structure breaks if we end up heading lower than this. So it's also like a simple like 101 market structure trade. But like I said, like you could set hard stops there and look for soft stops around here. Any break below here, you'd probably want to see quick buyback. Otherwise,
Mhm.
there's a pretty good chance that you head out and take those lows out. So yeah, I'm pretty fucking bullish. This looks like a low that's forming. Yes, it could roll over at any time. Um, but
What do you have to say to the bears out there?
you're probably wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, you're on the
Bears,
opposite.
if you're listening.
Yeah, you're on the opposite side of trading me, and my hit rate's pretty high. So
Good luck.
good luck, nerds.
Nerds.
Yeah, and also I think the other thing is that people are so conditioned now that any time price consolidates at a low,
Mm-hmm.
um, they either A won't buy or B they're gonna short. Like there's just no one thinks price is gonna go up, and yeah, like history would say it usually doesn't. But if you look on higher time frames, we haven't really had like this good of a setup in a little while. Like when have we
Yep.
had like possible like bullish market structure forming? We haven't really had it. Since what is this? Since August. We've
Right.
basically just been in like chop Bart City. So the fact that we're kind of out of this and now the market's doing something, um, I think a move's coming. And I think there's also, like if you look at Bitcoin volatility, it's at like all-time lows.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's officially less volatile than
Yeah. Legacy markets.
legacy markets. So
That's
history
pretty
says
insane.
like when that happens, like the move is like days
Amplified.
away type thing. It's
Yeah.
like very,
Yeah.
very soon, and it's going to be like very, very violent. So, my risk is defined. It's that low. I would lose like a large chunk of the challenge account, but like we, like one, I'm chasing a number which is negative EV, but like I'm also like, regardless of like if it was a challenge account I'm chasing a number or not, like I would put a lot of money on the line that this is some type of low. And, I'll take the loss if I'm wrong because I think not very often, especially in these markets,
Mm-hmm.
these market conditions, do you get a setup as clean as this one? And people could argue that like no trade is a trade, which I guess is right. and like you're not wrong not taking a trade, but
Like
there is like
1x.
so much there's like opportunity cost in this market. Like you don't have a lot of opportunity to make like significant money in this market. So like if you, let's say, theoretically I'm right, okay? Let's say this just rips to like 21, well, it's 21.4. That's like a
Hmm.
10% move. That's probably going to happen over a course of a day or two. And it's just like not even talking about ETH yet or like some of the altcoins that I'm really bullish on. This is just like Bitcoin alone. Like when's the last time we had a like large 10% move? It was back fucking beginning of September. Like we
Yeah.
don't, so like you have to wait a month to make like 10% on a move. It's just there is like a huge opportunity to not taking trades and punting them, and you have to be confident in this market enough, be confident enough in yourself and in your like abilities as a trader to execute trades whenever there's like clear setups. And personally for me, the invalidation is one super clear.
Yep.
Two, there's I don't personally like if you're taking a short, where is your invalidation? You could argue and say it's at 21.5, but like there's an unbelievable amount of liquidity here if you look at like liquidity maps. So like why wouldn't we just pop up, run it, and then possibly dump? Like I don't think that happens, but like then you're really wrong if your invalidation of a short's here. Like I feel like
Hmm.
invalidations on shorts are a lot less cleaner and risk versus reward is a lot poorer. So overall, I think, it's tough to argue as traders that the RR isn't here. And we're also sitting at the lows. Like, so I don't know. I've been ranting about how bullish I am for a couple minutes now, but I don't know what other reasons people would need to long, like actually. I mean, you don't need a long. I just like want you guys to make money, and I don't think there's a lot of opportunity in this market to make money. 18K you're gonna long. Well, you might be waiting a while. So, again, that's fine. But if we run 10%, like you're gonna miss the move. 10K. All right. Well, I guess you're never longing again. You don't believe
uh,
retail uptrend will hold. I don't even know what uptrend you're talking about. We've broken all uptrends. Like this uptrend is clearly broken. There's no like meme uptrends to hold at this point. This is simply just like market structure 101, and like on higher time frames, like market structure usually wins out. So I don't know. Completely
hmm.
up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, at least for me, what I'm looking at is um, long biased as long as we're staying above 19.4. I really want to start seeing some closes above the sort of like 19.6, some strong closes above 19.6. I'll be really happy. If we start getting closes below like 19.3 ish, then I'm probably just gonna like I would lean towards just being flat and waiting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'll de-risk. Like if we come down here, I mean, I don't think we would just trade down here. I think it would be like probably fast if we came down.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, again, like I would look hard stops down here. I would look to de-risk if we're coming down in here and not showing any type of buyback or strength. Um, and then I think it's going to be a fast move to the upside. Like I don't think it's going to like be a slow grind. I think this is going to fucking rip. But I don't know. We'll see. And like
And
if
we
you
have
were,
a fresh weekly open, fresh daily open. I think yeah. So we are currently trading above the monthly open and the quarterly open. So that's at 19.4. Um, and I think the more time we spend above that, the better. Obviously.
yeah, so like what I'm looking for is there's a clear downtrend here. And everyone was looking at the more macro downtrend, which I think where people got it wrong. So everyone's looking at this one, and we broke out, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna fly now." But people don't understand that like these larger ones take time to develop. Like it's a macro downtrend, so it's gonna take like macro amount of time for it to break out. you know? Like
Yeah, you
that's
need
not
like a full 3 days above it, or
yeah,
else it's
like
just gonna
you
be a
need
wick.
yeah, like these are like weekly closes above and then you'll start like seeing the trend like this, right? I mean, people think like on a day on a like an hourly or H4 time frame you get closes above this it's going to rip. That's just not how like I'm going to take a macro trend line and then low time frame it breaks out we're going to send. That makes no sense. So if we like hop in like a lower time frame where it's like actually relevant to our current price, we have a more relevant downtrend. You see like there's clear rejections along the range here. And I think this is the one where we might see a send if we break out. So like I said, the fuck is this text? Um I think it's gonna pop if it goes. And I think you might get a bit grinding here, a little bit of a squeeze up. And I think above these highs, you're just gonna get a fat candle up until like this area here. So I think this downtrend's the one where you really want to watch for a breakout to happen. I'm a professional trend line trader, so listen to me.
It's very
Financial
true.
advice. Financial advice.
Very true.
That's you
I've
guys.
said this before, but I don't think anyone in chat traded trend lines until you started streaming, and now everybody is trading trend lines, and they show up on everybody's fucking chart.
Fuck, dude. Now retail uses them.
God damn it!
Oh, I am retail. Shit.
My edge is gone.
I never had one. It's all luck. Yeah, I think that's the trend line that you look for. Um, and then like if you're waiting for a trigger, like let's say you don't want to buy here because you don't like buying on invalidation, and you want to wait for a trigger. I think above the hourly 200 is a good trigger. If we any low time frame closes like the 5 minute and 15 minute above 19.6 is probably a good long. Or you could wait for this trend line to break out. You aim for these and then 21.5. Invalidation would be like a low that forms here. So you put stops there, you get long up here on the break, and then you have your setup. So spent a lot of time on Bitcoin, but wanted to get across my idea.
What are those EMAs looking like on the H4?
Yeah, we lost
like,
to 200, right?
So like that would be the I'm trying to look at your chart.
19.9 ish.
The red is the 200.
Yeah.
So that would be the 800 on the 1 hour. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean like that lines up pretty nicely with what I would see as like
Yeah, and it coincides with the trend lines
exactly.
here, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's that's some alerts.
So your Z-Log, it's called probabilities. Yeah, it's a very high probability it goes up. 99% chance.
99.
So are you
I
long?
like those odds.
Are you long?
Am I long?
Yeah.
I have not really been trading. I've been doing a lot of testing for Teal Street. So like I probably have like 20 different positions open across exchanges right now that I don't really pay too much attention to, but they're all like micro size just for testing.
Like your penis?
Like, hey, you weren't supposed to. Only you know about that. I showed you that in confidence.
Oh, quick, hurry. All right, ETH.
Need the VOD.
Yeah, ETH. Yeah, so I drew this chart out just to keep people like agnostic of price movement, highs, lows. Like this is still just simply a range play. But really what I like is we held the mid of the fucking range. We deviated below it. And now we're like driving up. This looks so good. Like, come on.
Yep.
Where's your invalidation? Same shit here. Where
liquidations.
Yeah. Where do you want to TP? Here. Okay. Easy setup. So it's kind of the same shit as Bitcoin. Like I'm long ETH as well. I'm looking for to take out this weekly high here, the like 20% size, and then like actually make it up into like an underside retest around here. So like
very clean fib right there. I like it.
Yeah, 1420 to like 1440. It's like actual TPs.
I
And
do
then
have
yeah,
a sort of a trend line on sort of the upper wicks on the H4 from I guess like the wick high on the what is that? September 21st. So like I could see if we can break and hold above sort of that line, which would get us above like the previous weekly high. Um,
you're saying
it'd be
here.
really, really interesting to see sort of if that trend can hold.
Down here.
This is
Yeah, I
like
mean,
no, no,
it is kind of compressing though.
hmm. Yeah, that's one way to do it.
But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I'm just sticking with market structure for now because this market's so choppy. Like once we enter uptrend, then like trend lines are gonna be way more OP. But I think it looks pretty fucking good. And then
You don't use 1 minute trend lines for all your.
got him.
Damn it! Invalidated again.
Oh no, shit. So ETH BTC, I also pretty bullish on. I think it's gonna come up to like 0.07 and then 0.08 like over then this month. Pretty bullish on this one.
It's looking good.
It's about to moon.
Big moon.
Um, I'm
The
in
big moon.
Solana. I'm like here. I'm aiming for 35. It's like the easiest fucking range plays ever, guys. Like you buy the bottom of the range and you sell the top of the range. It's not fucking complicated.
You know what looks really good right now?
Me?
AVAX.
Fuck you. So I really like what I like is this on Sol. So Sol BTC, it broke down, but like it was a fake breakdown. So it's
Man,
gonna
fake.
do this. It's gonna come up here. So I'm really bullish on this. And then you brought it to my attention not too long ago is the Sol ETH.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Just
like
look at that.
potentially like
It broke out. This is
macro
actually the
bottom.
first time I fucking looked at it in a long time. Like maybe a week or two. It
Yeah.
100% broke out of this. Both of these like macro downtrends.
Yeah, I mean the merge narrative is done. Like what's next for ETH? Like what is there? Like there's nothing that I know of. Like it's just over.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to look forward to on ETH. So everybody that's like speculating, speculative OI is going to move to, different contracts.
So Sol looks really fucking juicy.
Oh, right. Yeah, Zlov says
Oh,
it costs less than gas. So does that mean that people are going to buy more ETH because they can do more transactions? Okay. Yeah, sure.
I have literally no idea. I don't even know what half these coins mean.
Dude, they're all scams. They're all
Actually,
Ponzi's.
yeah, it was just like when BNB got hacked. There was the sell off like
Oh
live,
yeah. How much did you end up making off that trade, by the way?
like 4K.
That's ridiculous.
No. Um, so Link, this I'm super
Like,
fucking bullish on. I think Link is gonna outperform like short and midterm to a lot of altcoins. Really
dude, where my
long.
link marines at, man? I'm linked up right now. I got a
I
link
actually, I
tattoo.
actually am. Like, come on. Like, look. Clearly, someone's buying. Like, it's gonna go here. It's going to
Actually,
14
some
bucks.
some true alpha I'm about to drop for you right now is that if you want Twitter followers, the easiest way to get Twitter followers is to start posting super bullish charts on Link and make sure you use all like the hashtags and like the dollar signs and everything. And the Link Marines, I mean,
Come out of
God
the
bless them.
woodworks.
They're a bit of a cult, and I say that in a nice way, but goddamn, they will start liking and sharing all of your shit.
Nice.
Test it. Test the theory. Go out there.
I'm good.
No, I'm not I'm talking to chat.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to like go from 20 followers to 40 followers.
I'm gonna see my feed light up with Link shit.
Hell yeah.
Um, but Link BTC, dude,
Juicy.
this is next. All right, here's take a screenshot because this is next, and this is a fucking deviation. Good
Spitting
luck,
shit.
Bears. Look at it.
Yeah,
So clean. So
that's
fucking
good.
clean.
Super good.
So I'm really fucking bullish on Link.
All
And
right,
then
chat. That was your chance to screenshot his TA and claim it as your own on Twitter.
there you go. Look at this bottom. It's about to fucking rip, boys. This looks so good. I'm covering so many altcoins because I'm in like so many altcoin trades right now. What else am I in? Matic. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We fucking wait. Am I?
What?
Holy shit! I'm up on Matic. Oh
Hey, you
god
lifted the
damn.
chart today.
Oh yeah, boy. Look at this falling wedge. Fucking absolutely ripped through these stops. I'm looking to TP. Like, first TPs is like running these highs. And then depending upon how it reacts, I might have some trouble getting above here. Depending upon how it reacts, we're aiming for like 0 not 92.
Mm.
So up here. So that would be like a like a 12% trade or so.
Yeah, I think it holds the 81. Looks clean. The
Um
that's the previous monthly midpoint, 81.6.
oh yeah, this area. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really clean. And this just really looks like a bottom. Like this was like the second this is like the retest. And it got front ran too. That's really bullish.
Looks good.
Um and let's see what else I'm in here. I'm in near as well. Oh, dude, I'm an
Yeah, I was
altcoin
about to
trader now.
mention. I was about to mention near.
Coin trader. Yeah, so what I pointed out in this one is like it's a meme, but it's gonna fucking work. Triple tap.
Meme.
Boo.
It's real.
It's a triple tap bottom. Look.
Yeah, that is super nice.
And then you just you play the fucking range.
What's your
So
TP?
let me see here what my TPs are. I'm looking at my chart. Oh my teal Schmeat chart. So I'm gonna TP some on the run of the highs here at 3.8.
3.8. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's one. And then I was just gonna kind of leave it on. Like
Dude, 4.7.
this
I
is
think
one.
4.7.
Yeah, this is one that I think like I just have this weird feeling. Like, do you ever have those feelings where it's like I feel like this could just run like in a really weird way? This is kind of one of those. So
I mean, it could take it could take a couple weeks, but yeah, it could definitely run. Just I mean, we've seen some of the coins like Stellar, XLM, XRP, Maker. Some of those coins have just had like really slow but steady uptrends. Although Ripple has obviously very very volatile, but there are some coins out there that have just basically slowly, steadily grinded upwards, and I can definitely see Near doing that.
yeah, so I think Near's a fucking really good one. Like that's bottomed and like hasn't like it has catching up to do, and that's why I kind of like it. Because I'm in like a lot of other bullish coins and like not many ones that need to catch up. But I think being exposed to some that need to catch up gives you a good opportunity if the market kind of cools down a bit and just kind of ranges.
Absolutely.
But I'm also in sushi, aiming
Sushi,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
107. So
Yeah, I
it's
think
kind of my
sushi's a
TP there.
great bet.
It looks
Yeah, I
really.
mean, it actually has like a bullish narrative right now. So, um, they hired like a new like CEO or chef or whatever you're gonna want to call it. So, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it could
so
definitely pick up some more steam.
I'm in this is I think this is like Frag's coin.
Oh, eGold.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw Shihoho from Twitter
So I'm just
was talking
targeting
about it.
this high to be ran and basically trade into this order block here. So I'm gonna TP like $60.
Yeah, that looks good. That's like
And
a very very easy trade right there.
yep. Yeah, I really like this one. So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
All
All
right,
right, should
chat.
we? I was gonna let me see. Let me just run through my list real quick.
Yeah,
Did you
totally.
want to pull up? Since we're kind of on a DeFi kick, I was gonna say pull up SNX if you don't mind.
Yep. This looks pretty bottom too. Like someone's
On
definitely
the
holding price here on the H4. Like this could, yeah, this could really rip. Like especially if it breaks out of this kind of like this shit here. at least come up
Hmm.
to like 2.6. I think this looks pretty decent. Your
Yeah, it's
invalidation's
something.
quite clear too, this low. So you could wait for the breakout to happen, but I think like maybe right there. It's a really good R.
Yep.
Like a 4 R trade.
I'm also looking at everyone's favorite coin, Phantom. It
Oh,
looks. I don't
yeah.
know. I'm so conflicted on Phantom because it had such an insane run.
I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna pop off. Like I
It
think
might
this
just
one.
keep going down forever.
I think it might be like one of these things. You know, where like other
Yeah.
coins are like really moving. This one just kind of like if you look at SNX, it's a compression. Like this one's just range. Like this is compression. Wait. Yeah. See how this is like compressing here? I think that's
Yeah.
where you get your move. Like this one's like flat bottom, like kind of like a flat top too. It's kind of this rectangle. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I think there's a lot of better choices out there, but I was guessing that
I mean,
you might have some
dude. I
thoughts
mean,
on it.
look at it. It's like I don't know if there's. I don't even know if there's coins left to sell at this point.
Well, I think the inflation's like 10 to 12%, something like
Oh
that.
shit,
So,
really?
yeah.
I mean, like next bull run, this is definitely gonna have a run. Like all coins do. You just like
Yeah.
at a minimum, like you could probably buy here and just like look to sell in like a year or something at like $1.
One thing that I've kind of been noticing like pop off on Twitter recently, sort of on like smaller accounts and maybe some of the bigger accounts, is like people are already kind of like talking about like the next. Um, so obviously, like in the bull run, we had ETH killers, Solana,
Oh
Near,
yeah,
AVAX,
yeah.
Phantom, all of these coins that are like layer ones is what they call them. So a lot of people on Twitter now are like, all right, gearing up for the next round of layer ones, and there's like Aptos and Sui and I don't know, like 6 or 7 other ones that I don't think are live for trading yet, but that's probably going to be some kind of narrative once a lot of those coins are live for trading that there's a bunch of VC money involved. There's probably going to be airdrops. There's going to be developer funds. So like part of the money that venture capital invests in these token projects like Aptos or whatever, a certain percentage of it is um, basically held on to fund uh, developers to build projects on it. Like basically, build Aave or build Compound or build Sushi for all
Yeah.
these different projects. And so it's like instantly they just have a bunch of money, and we saw that happen with AVAX. We saw it happen with Solana and all the other layer ones that popped off during the bull run. So um, definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm definitely going to be looking to trade some of those new ones once they're out.
You're gonna tweet about them, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And you're gonna tell
It's,
me
they're
before you
gonna
tweet.
they're gonna blow up on Twitter. Trust me. Everyone's gonna be talking about them once they're live for trading.
Yeah. But the idea is to get in before they're like 10x. You know.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you got to do like the like either you have to be VC to have bought before like the public sale, or you have to like go through the shit to get into the public sale, or you have to like jump through all the hoops to get into the different airdrops, or you can just wait for the perp to come out, and then like 3 days after the perp comes out, you can long
Oh shit. Okay.
something like that.
I could long on a really sketchy dex and get rugged.
Yeah, yeah. If you, I mean, if you actually want to buy spot, sure.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think that's like a lot of the time. That's one that like regret that I have. I mean, I didn't have like as much money that I do now. There's like more money to play with.
yeah.
But like a higher time frame, like looking back, what I regret not doing is like buying spot altcoins like in this area here and like actively trading and like scalping like while just sitting
How
on
many how
spot
many
decks.
how many like shitty altcoin charts have I sent you that don't have perps?
Um, like none,
What? Get out of here. I've
not
sent you a
many.
bunch.
Oh, most have perps though.
Oh,
Um,
none with perps. None with perps. Yeah, no, I'm talking about like without perps. Like 3 or 4.
yeah, there's a couple. There was like a couple micro caps that like I
Yeah,
couldn't even
micro caps.
find.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's like, what do you mean they don't have it on Coinbase?
I know. Honestly, though,
What else could it be?
Coinbase actually like stepped up their game though.
Yeah, they
Like,
finally released like charts for like retail. Like it before, all they had were
well, retail's gonna make it, guys.
it was only Coinbase Pro that had charts. So like the regular just Coinbase.com for like what is
What
it?
is even the fucking
8
difference there?
years? No, sorry, more than that. 10 years. There was no chart for retail, but now you can actually chart Coinbase. Congratulations, guys.
All right, chat. I'm gonna show you my trades quick, and then we're gonna sign off.
Yep. All right, let's see these bad boys.
Okay. I'll update whenever we're at 20K. Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah,
And we'll upload this shit to YouTube.
for sure.
All
For
right.
sure, for sure.
Peace out,
All right,
boys.
chat. Yeah, thanks a bunch, guys. Thanks for hanging out and trade safe or don't.
Bye.
Bye.